Hello, garden friends. I think it's about time for a garden tour. So, come with me. Let's start off here at the front of the garden where I usually start off. And I want to give you a layout of the garden. I don't know if I've shown it before, but this is the front of the garden where I have this trellis with some black-eyed Susans and petunias, as well as some petunias in hanging baskets, and the razzmatazz grape. But if I can back up a little bit, you can see the rest of the garden, well, most of it. So behind this trellis I have another trellis here, and then 2 beds on this side, and then 4 over there, and then I have 1 greenstalk here. Behind it, or beside it, I have a trellis I just put in that has my kajari melons, and then I have my pepper aisles down here. Behind this trellis I have some plants, mostly things I don't know what to do with, and some plants that are diseased or in the hospital per se, if I can put it that way. And these plants I just need to move around. So that's kind of the general layout of the garden, the main garden. There are other spots and spaces. So for instance, in the back here I have a berry area. I have raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and then blueberries in the back. I have those containers there have my watermelon, so I am going to put some weed fabric on the ground and let them ramble about. And then let me back up this way so I can show you. This part I don't often show, but this is my fruit orchard. So I have a couple of fruit trees here, spaced pretty closely, probably about 4 feet, some of them 3.5 feet apart. So mostly fruit trees. I do have elderberry in the back with those flowers all the way in the back there. That's elderberry. And I have some more fruit trees on the other end of the property over there. So that's kind of the layout of the garden. I know when I'm walking around, it's kind of hard to see what it looks like, but hopefully that gave you a picture. So I'll start off here. Like I said, the grapes, they're doing well. Razzmatazz grape from Gurney's. It does have some fruit set on it there and there. I haven't yet trellised it properly to this trellis, but it's doing well. I'll figure it out probably by next year. I have some flowers over here, nasturtiums, zinnias, sunflowers, and then these are the old beds. These beds have been here since I moved to the property, and these are the beds I showed you over these 2 are new. So these ones here, I have a marigold, which is just starting to flower. So it has so many flower buds on it, it's going to be a profusion of flowers in a few seconds. And behind it I have jalapeno plants. This row here are all jalapenos. They have started to fruit. So see the fruit set, all the plants have fruit on them. And if you see the one in the back, quite a bit of fruit. And then I do have some unknown peppers here because I am the queen of not labeling anything, but I know these are habaneros. This one looks like a serrano, but we will see. It's flowering, we shall find out. And then these are banana peppers, and they have started flowering but not fruiting yet. And behind, some more habaneros. I have some eggplants in the back there. That one is fruiting. It's a striped eggplant. That's beautiful. Alright, I have some thyme plants. They're just sitting here because I need to move them and find them a new space. But there's a English thyme, French thyme, and Orangelo thyme. Now in front here, some gochugaru peppers. which are flowering. It's starting to fruit as well, so you can see the tiny little fruits. They're going to be like cayenne type, I believe. And then this one is a bell pepper, short but is fruiting. And then I have a lemon drop, so ahi lemon, and there are 2 plants in here kind of laying on the side. I have some Thai peppers as well here, and some basil. This is the, ooh, which basil is that? I think it might be the Siam Queen Thai basil, one of them. It is a Thai basil though. And here is my first cherry tomato to ripen. It's a volunteer tomato plant, but I believe it's a black cherry. And so this here trellis is for the cherry tomatoes, and the one behind it is the larger slicer / Roma tomatoes. And let me walk you guys in there so I can show you the plants. Now some of them, like I said, I don't know what they are, but I do know that this one is the Super Sweet 100, and it does have fruit set in there. My leaves do have some disease on them. I've been spraying with hydrogen peroxide. This happens every year. I'm not bothered by it. I do get fruit every year, so not bothered. So that's this fruit set. Is that, no, that's a different one. This is a different one. So the fruit set is here. And this one, I'm not sure if it's a tropical, I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Whenever the fruit is ripe, I will find out what it is. I'll show you the one I do know. This is Barry's Crazy Cherry. It has beautiful trusses. Let me pollinate that. See? These are flower clusters, and it has set some fruit, so I'll show you that. It's in the shadow, so I hope you can see it. But it does have quite a bit of fruit set there. This is the Champagne Bubbles cherry tomato. And it also has some fruit set here. I'm going to be eating some tomatoes soon. More peppers. There are jalapeno peppers, as well as ahi. What was this? Ahi. I'm going to check the little tag there. I know I labeled this one. Ahi amarillo. That's what it is. Ahi amarillo. They get big. So these ones, this lane here, are ahi amarillos. There's some jalapenos in the back. I have a kale plant from last year. It grew, started flowering, and I cut it down, and it's growing again. Some more nameless peppers, and then this is the Sun Gold Select cherry tomato, and it does have fruit in there. I have a single moringa plant. I was only able to grow one, so it's in there, and hopefully I get some good leaves from that this year. So let's go into the big boy tomato trellis here. I have the Lucid Gem, which makes these purple, see, purple stripes on the tomato. Beautiful. So it makes very good fruit set. I need to spray. I saw some holes in some tomatoes. I need to spray with BT to get rid of these caterpillars. I think is what's causing damage. There's a little hole in this one. Some blue spice basil right there, and some cocoa mesa basil behind it. We are not wanting for basil here. I have the Prairie Fire Roma type tomato, smaller Roma. Look at the fruit set, people. I wish it wasn't all in the shadow so I can be sure you guys can see that, but look at that. Everywhere you look, there are tomatoes. I have 3 plants in here because these plants were very tiny when I put them in. They looked sad, and but I put them here close to this little hole. It's like a compost area. I have a hole in the ground with a little wire basket, and I put fruit scraps in there. So this area, the soil is really good, and this tomato plant is rewarding me for that because the fruit set is awesome. I'm sorry, there's so much noise today. Every plane is flying overhead today. Anyway, this is the orange peach tomato. Look at the fruits. I'm just so happy this year because last year I didn't have tomatoes like I wanted. I had to buy from the big box store and it was not impressive. I didn't have a lot of color or a lot of good fruit sets, so I'm enjoying this year. Here I have the early girl tomato, wonderful fruit set. Look at that. And she's still flowering and fruiting even in this 90-degree heat. I have more fruits coming in. Next to her is the moneymaker, and I'm just showing off my fruits today. Look at that. She's making some money. Moneymaker. I have some thyme, not thyme. This is some Thai basil. And some more basil everywhere. I just have basil everywhere. But you're here for the tomatoes, so let me show you the tomatoes. This one here is the Jetstar F1 hybrid. Look at her. Fruit set. I love it. Alright, enough about the tomatoes. Let's go over here. Behind here I have a perennial kale or tree collard, this purple tree collard. And under her shade is, I have eggplants. And they're doing much better than they were before. They've gotten over the shock. They're still dealing with some flea beetle damage, but they're doing just fine. Some more peppers. And then here I have English thyme, which I need to cut back. Some celery. A walking onion right here. And some leeks. Alright. Let's go this way. Cucumbers. They are suffering with some kind of spotty disease. I have picked, I think, 2 cucumbers off of this. This is the Bait Alpha, and the other one is the Persian Baby, which is bringing a lot of male flowers, and I haven't had any actual fruit set on it, so it's a little disappointing. Here is my Burmese rat tail radish, and it doesn't form a bulb like a usual radish. It does form seed pods, which you eat, and it's delicious. This is the second flowering. I've eaten all the pods off of it and started flowering again, and I planted a succession here. So planted these here, and then when they grew up like 2 weeks, I planted another set in the back because I want to have these all year round. That's my plan for this year. Okay, shall we walk back up? I have a tomato plant here that volunteered and initially thought it was a cherry tomato, but nope. I had to pick off 2 tomatoes from here because they did have blossom end rot, but these ones look okay. My pride and joy. These are my okra plants. This is the heavy hitter okra, and I have some onions, green onions planted in here as well. And I think these are about to flower. Hopefully the flower should open like tomorrow or the day after. I cannot wait for fresh okra. Some corn. And I have my determinate tomatoes here with the Florida weave. And they have set fruit there. Most of these are Ace 55s. I do have one Floridade and this one, which I covered because it's holding my first slicer tomato that's to ripen. Look at her, she's ripening. These leaves are so beautiful. This is the Siberian tomato. It's an early producer and I love the leaves, so I'm just covering that because I don't want the birds that get it. If you're wondering what that little cup is, this is where my Japanese beetles go to die. It's just a cup of soapy water, and I just leave it in the garden, so whenever I see one of these villains, I just tap them into the cup and give them a swimming lesson. Here I have some eggplant. This is African eggplant. This is the Intore early producer. I've already picked a couple off of here, and they taste delicious to me. They are a little bitter, but they're supposed to be bitter. But this is very productive. There's so many fruit on there. And I have more eggplant everywhere. This is my pop of color in the garden to make me happy. It's a dwarf zinnia. The flowers are orange. This zinnia, this particular one here, has been on here for 2 weeks and it still looks delicious. So let's see, I might as well finish this bed. More peppers and eggplants. I have the roselle. This is the Docks Florida roselle. She's already starting to form flowers and calices. Look at that. I have two plants in here and 2 in the other, so 4 plants in all. Some dill. All right, let's go back up this way. Here I have mostly tomatoes and eggplants. This is the San Marzano, and it has been the most disease resistant, I would say, this year. It was the last to pick up any disease. It does have some nice fruits setting. My Armenian cucumber doesn't seem to be doing so well. She got some disease, but I do have 1 fruit on here, which I'm going to pick soon. But look at that. That's so beautiful. It's a melon that's grown as and used as a cucumber, and like I said, I'm trying to eat cucumbers this year, so that's why I planted that one there. She's droopy, but that's my nasturtium, Bloody Mary nasturtium. So most of these in the middle here are eggplants, but I have some peppers in the front and some tomatoes trellised, string trellised up in the back. I have another one of those buckets. So that's a bucket here, and I have fruit scraps in the bottom, and I just water through it, so whatever is breaking down, it runs out through there and it feeds. It literally runs into this hole where I have a prairie fire tomato and fertilizes it. But my ground kind of slopes this way, so whenever I water it, it just flows down this way. So it's watering a lot of these plants here. Alright, some bitter melon. Let me try not to bother you with my shadow too much. I have 2 bitter melon plants here. This one is the, I need a tag. I always need a tag for this one. Satsuma Onaga. And she has a fruit set somewhere. I did see earlier. There you are. The beginnings of bitter melon. And then this is the Okinawan Pure White. And it has only male flowers for now, but it will not be long. Alright, I will walk you over to the other part of the garden where I have peppers and show you those. Alright, let's start here. I have a grapevine. This is it's a muscadine grape. I think it's called Fry. This is the female. The male is behind this other black container. And I haven't trellised them up yet. I'll do them sometime later in the year. No time. But I have some Kajari melons, and I just put up this trellis for the Kajari melons. It's just ladder mesh. I have 2 of them, just stuck them in the ground, put the buckets close to them, and they're going to climb up there. So these are my peppers, and a lot of the leaves have some spots on them. I, for some reason, get this disease every year with the peppers, but the peppers still produce. They get over it after a few months, so I'm not bothered. As long as I get peppers, I'm good. This is the stripy, what's it called? I'm trying to get the pepper. We want to see the pepper. Get out of the way, you little leaf. There you go. Alright, so that's the Sugar Rush striping. So I don't see any stripes yet, but I think it starts to stripe as it ripens. It's supposed to be a very productive plant. So unknown purple pepper plants. Purple pepper plants. This is a Lecia pepper. I love the way it looks. Look at it growing upside down. If you grow upside down, you are good in my book. I don't know why. They make me happy. And this is the red habanero. I picked some ground cherries off of a walkway and transplanted them in here. They have some flea beetle damage, but I see fruit. I see fruit setting, so we're good. This is my favorite pepper plant because she is gorgeous. She is beautiful. This is the purple tiger jalapeno, and I think I see fruits. Yeah, it's starting to fruit. There's flowers everywhere, but I see a little fruit peeking through, so that should be good. I have an ají amarillo and a pequeño pepper. And let's slide around. Don't get dizzy now. This is an ají cristal. Look at it. Ají cristal. There you go. She's beautiful. I think this is a white. Yeah, white habanero. Yellow habanero. Or lemon habanero. This one looks like it's supposed to be a mulatto Isleno, but it looks like a shishito to me, but we'll see. I have to go look at the picture, see what it's supposed to look like. I have a chocolate habanero, a lemon drop pepper, and then look at this one. This is the Szeged Hungarian pepper, upside down. I love it. And then a brown jalapeno. I was going for color this year. So I have 2 overwintered peppers. One did not make it. It was in this container, and I think there are grubs in there because it started dying off for some reason, and the roots were gone when I pulled it out. But this is a habanero. The mystery is solved. This is a habanero, and this is a lemon drop. And lemon drops take forever. Lemon drops take forever to flower and fruit, so I'm so happy I have this one, because now I have lemon drop peppers in June. Alright, more peppers. I'm not going to show you all of them because we will be here all day. I have some dwarf tomatoes which are not doing so well. They caught disease very quickly. They're hungry looking. I'm not impressed with them, but that's fine. This is a Lushore paprika pepper. I said I wasn't going to show you all of them, and here I am showing you all of them. Let me show you my serrano though, because I was saying I almost didn't plant it because I planted it a couple years ago, and then I for some reason decided that I wasn't impressed by it. But then this year when I was putting my pepper seeds in, I remembered I really liked the way it looked when it was growing, so I planted it again. I love the leaves. They look a little fuzzy, and then the little fruits, and it's very prolific, so what's not to love? What was I thinking? Alright, so let me go show you my green stalk. Ready? Let's go. So here's the green stalk. I have leafy greens at the top and then peppers at the bottom. And these ones, the ones in the bottom I'm saying. So the top tier here I planted by seed and the rest were transplanted. So this is some Mizuna. It's a leafy green. Ooh, I see a Japanese beetle. I didn't see it on time. She escaped, but look what they do. Look. Just look at that. Okay. Well, this is some Honsai Tai. I can never say it right. Honsai Tai. This one is it flowering? Ugh. Alright, something. Yeah, it's flowering, so I have to cut this off. Ooh, someone's doing some yard work. I'm gonna have to do this later. Let's pause, shall we? Okay, I think they're done. So, some more salad greens. This is the salad Burnett. And I don't remember what you are. Wait a minute. Always helps when you label. Chiji Masai. And then I have some Japanese Swiss chard. There you go. I need to plant something in here. Whatever I put in here did not come up. A lot of Swiss chard and kale. And then at the bottom I have peppers. This is a variegated white Thai pepper. It's so pretty. This one has some disease on it. I'm gonna pick it. Yeah, some brown on the leaf. But yeah, variegated white Thai, some pequeño peppers, and then some regular Thai peppers at the bottom. So that's my green stalk. Isn't she gorgeous? The orange Hawaii marigold. So I thought I'd say goodbye to you guys here in my flower patch. Let me know if you want a video showing you these flowers. But I thank you so much for joining me in this garden tour. If you liked the video, please like the video, subscribe, leave me a comment telling me what you are planting in your garden, what your successes are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.